Shout out to all the brothers out there. This your boy General Africa coming back at you with another video. Um, I've been checking out a couple of brothers' videos, Black Fight Fan, the One LVZ, and my question, and others, Ticket TV, all the brothers, man. And my question to you is, what are you gonna do if Donald Trump wins? Because there have been polls, multiple polls have just come out where Donald Trump has, I wouldn't say a comfortable lead, but a slight lead in key swing states, right? Now, all of my subscribers know how I feel about Hillary Clinton and how I feel all black people should feel about Hillary Clinton. I'm not voting for any of these people, Trump or Clinton, right? Because the lesser of two evils is still evil, like the One LVZ would say, right? But because of, and WikiLeaks has been kicking these politicians' ass. That's why Julian Assange is, somewhere in Latin America, maybe Ecuador right now, and Snowden is in Russia. WikiLeaks, and I support WikiLeaks because WikiLeaks exposes the corruption in this crony capitalistic state, right? This is a inverted totalitarian government that we have where the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the middle class is crushed. And just a side note, it's sad to see a lot of these black people still supporting Hillary, right? Down in Brazil, like a Black Fight Fan just said, is basically throwing her life away to support somebody that doesn't care about her or her people. These WikiLeaks emails have really exposed how racist Hillary Clinton is. I mean, we all knew about the super predators, and her and her staff were just in one of the emails were discussing whether to use Eric Garner's death for political points in regards to gun violence. They chose not to because he wasn't killed. He was killed by gun violence. He was choked out. He was choked to death by those racist devils, right? But as black people, we gotta start brainstorming about what we're gonna do if Trump wins. Now, I'm not talking about fleeing the country or this or that. I'd love to check out other countries. I've been wanted to check out other countries, but I'm not gonna leave just because Trump's elected. Another side note, I really wish America, had the Nordic model, the Scandinavian model. Like countries like Norway, Sweden, Iceland, Finland, Denmark, where there's a safety net. To bring back that time in the 50s where the tax rate was 50%. Yeah, it's high, but people had pride in their jobs, and people weren't so downtrodden and beat down by the system, right? And corporations paid their fair share. I mean, corporations paid huge taxes back then. But I digress. But we got to start. I've looked at other countries and they're not accepting people. There are already so many countries in Europe have already, forget Europe, we don't need to be going down there anyway. But, we need to start looking at how we're going to do here and what we're going to do if Trump's elected. Now, my answer to that is this. We need to do what we've been saying we need to do. We need to start building economically. We need to start focusing on our communities, focusing on education, keeping the money within our communities, right? And, creating pipelines pipelines for the children from school to from preschool to higher education, and to create programs where, like my mom's done, has a grant program for black students and some Latinos. It's not a grant program, it's a foundation, and what she does is, to put it real simply, it's basically molding doctors. It's creating doctors, people who are interested in medicine, right? And that's how she's giving back to the community, and it's thriving right now, man. She's worked her butt off. She's worked her tail off so damn hard, but it's coming together now, and you got a lot of black people, young young black men and women that are working hard and diligently to become doctors. This is what we need, man, and so many others. Look what 78's doing, and many other brothers out there, man. And we need to keep on doing that. We need to keep on building. I mean, like I always said, you go to Polish community, there's Polish restaurants, Polish businesses. You go to the Hispanic, Mexican community, there's Mexican businesses, Mexican restaurants, Mexican this and that. Apart from the subways and the gas stations and this and that, right? So I don't know if as black people we need to start panicking, but we do need to keep an eye out on what's going on. You know, we need to pay attention to local elections, like the one LVZ has said, so we can control what's going on in our neighborhoods. You know, Congress and the president, they're going to do what they're going to do regardless, right? I mean, if Trump's elected, he's going to face roadblocks from his Republicans and Democrats. So it's not necessarily the end of the world, though it is a problem. But like Cenk from the Young Turks has said, I mean, imagine, no, it wasn't Cenk, it was the aggressive progressive Jimmy Dore. I mean, imagine if Hillary Clinton were elected and she did what Obama has done. I mean, Obama did do great for the economy in a way, but I mean, black people are still suffering, right? And he could have done much, much more. Imagine 8 years of Hillary Clinton. Imagine how fed up people would be then, right? And Trump's out the picture. It won't be some psycho candidate. Say Trump loses. The next guy to come around won't be some psycho candidate that people can say, oh, well, you know, we're not going to vote for him. He's going to be a lot smarter. He's going to be a lot more thorough. He's going to be a lot more calm. He's going to be a lot more understated, right? And that is what we need to fear. So tell me what you think, man. What are your thoughts? And what are we going to do as black people going forward? I'm out.